Good morning. My name is Sean Mulholland. I'm the city manager for the city of Lebanon, and this is our series of the question of the week. We received actually 3 questions this particular week that we're going to try to answer. We've actually responded to one. That first question was in regards to why does the city use the quantity of salt that it uses on its roadways for winter maintenance, and we did provide a response, written response online to that. The 2 questions I wanted to address with this video are relative to Old Pine Tree Cemetery. We received a question as to when is the city planning to fix that roadway and make upgrades to that roadway. That is actually scheduled, that's the first question, and that was actually scheduled for this summer. That is out to bid presently, and we expect to do a section of Old Pine Tree Cemetery, the section of where Mascoma Street turns into Old Pine Tree Cemetery Road, near Renahan Meadows condominium developments just beyond that. That's the start of that work, and that will go just before the Bear Hill Court, Bear Hill Court on Old Pine Tree Cemetery Road. It's not a very long stretch, but it is a stretch that we are going to reclaim and repave. We did some work over the winter where we upgraded one of the culverts that was there at the intersection by the housing development that's under construction right now. But that section will be reclaimed this summer. And if we have additional funds left over, we'll extend that further, but it's obviously not going to reconstruct the whole road, but it'll do a section of it. So that is the city's plans for this summer in terms of that road. Now, there was a second question about what is the city doing about the deteriorating sidewalks we have. So there are a couple of projects that are scheduled for 2024 that are funded. One is Evans Drive by the high school. That sidewalk will be replaced this year. And we also have a construction project as part of a capital project for Kimball Street, where the sidewalk will be replaced there. And then we also have a sidewalk replacement project on Mascoma Street, just before you get to the hospital, the Alice Peck Day Hospital. We did one side last year. We're going to do the other side this year. So those are the 2 projects that are scheduled for this year. The question was brought up about the area of Union and Shaw and Green Streets, those sidewalks in there. Again, we're doing Kimball Street this coming year. That project will actually start in the next couple of weeks. That'll take all year to complete that roadway reconstruction project and sidewalk reconstruction project. But those other streets are not scheduled at the present time. There are not sufficient funds in the city budget to reconstruct those. They clearly need to be done. There are a number of deteriorating sidewalks in the city, and the funds that we have to do those projects are not anywhere near what is necessary to maintain the 31 miles of sidewalk that the city does own and operate. We do have a couple sidewalk projects that are scheduled for next year. We have a federal grant that partially funds the sidewalk extension from on Mechanic Street by the VFW that will go to the intersection, actually American Legion, to the intersection of Slayton Hill Road. And we have a project under design that the sidewalk will be extended on Old Etna Road, where the Treetops building, where it ends right now, that area, and that'll go to the intersection of Route 120. And then last year, as you probably know, we extended the sidewalk on the Miracle Mile on Mechanic Street to in front of the plaza, all the way down to Poverty Lane. The goal is to try to cover the gaps between Poverty Lane and then when the sidewalk picks up again by the Legion and by the various plazas along the roadway on Mechanic Street. And then there's another gap between there and the downtown area of the city. We're applying for 2 congressionally directed spending grants to bridge those 2 gaps and build brand new sidewalks there. That'll allow us to tie basically one end of the city to the other in terms of a complete sidewalk network. So that answers the questions of the week. We look forward to additional questions that we might be able to answer for you. This is the start of that program, and thank you for submitting those. Thank you. Have a good day.